Welcome back to another edition of the Washington Nationals here on OOTP 27. And as you can see, we have done it. We have not been first rounded. We have avoided that, taken out the defending World Series champs in the Cincinnati Reds in the Division Series, and now taking on the Milwaukee Brewers here in the LCS. While over in the American League side of things, it's the Blue Jays and the Minnesota Twins. We are going to take a look at our team here just very quickly. Nothing has changed. It's going to be Hardcastle, Harris, Leone going for us, and then Skubal, who pitched most recently just a couple days ago against Cincinnati here in that 8-2 win. He is not ready to pitch quite yet, so obviously he's going to be the fourth guy to go in this series. And then no changes to the actual personnel on the roster when it comes to the position players, but we are going to be rocking a bit different of the lineups. It's basically the same it was in the Cincinnati series towards the end of the series, where we're leading off O'Ray against righties, playing Luke Corsia against lefties. It's just we're not moving Hernandez to shortstop right now. We're going to give Feliz a couple games here. If he can't start putting it together in these first 2 games of the 7-game set, then we'll probably go back to having Hernandez as the shortstop and messing around with the infield. But for now, it's going to be Hernandez at third and Angel Feliz at short, because he's one of our best players, and I would like him to actually start putting it together here after the dreadful performance in the NLDS he had for us. But quickly taking a look at this Milwaukee Brewers club, they are a very, very good team. 99 wins in the National League. I believe that was the number 2 team here in the NL. We had 107 wins. Yeah, they had 99 wins. So yeah, they were the number 2 team in the NL. They had a plus 104 run differential. This team is no slouch whatsoever. So we should definitely not be taking them lightly. Not that we are planning on doing that anyways. Not that we really do that with any opponent, because of course we've had a bunch of first-round losses. So we're not taking anything lightly here as this Milwaukee Brewers team. Let's take a look at their pitching side of things. Daniel Palencia is actually a starting pitcher for them. Looks like he's had some starting years in the past with Chicago. Looks like he was in the bullpen and starting in 2027. Did pretty decently well. Had a couple good years in 2029 and 2030 in the rotation for the Cubs. And then went to Milwaukee, pretty much right back into the bullpen here. Must have had a really good year in 2031, mainly in the bullpen with a 3-WAR season. And now this year, a 4-WAR, the highest of his career, in 32 starts with the Brewers. I mean, he was really good for them, and it looks like he's slated to go game number 1. So we will be seeing him. They also have Grant Brush in the back end of their bullpen, a single-inning lefty reliever out of Nebraska, Omaha, putting up a 3-WAR season for them, a 43 FIP minus for the lefty. He's a captain, very good back end of the bullpen guy there. The rest of their rotation, bunch of 50s. They've got Jaron DeBerry out of Dallas Baptist, 31 years old. Split the year between here and Cleveland. Seems like a decent pitcher, has had some success. Joe Whitman is on this team. He used to be with San Francisco, now with the Brewers, putting together a decent campaign here in 2033. And then their fourth guy is Jackson Cox, who is 30 and has been with Colorado for most of the time. Looks like he's been a pretty decent pitcher in Colorado, but this year in Milwaukee, traded at the deadline. Did not do so hot in Milwaukee or Colorado this year, but he is their fourth guy. They've also got not a lot of good potentials or ratings here in the bullpen, but some names that we recognize. Joey Cantillo, as a lefty, is in their bullpen. They've got Peyton Tolley, who is not good in this universe whatsoever, but is in their bullpen nonetheless. Hunter Harvey is here, Tanner McDougal, Pablo Lopez. So some familiar names, but a lot of veterans who really haven't panned out in this universe. And then Preston Bartow, a 23-year-old, almost 24-year-old, former first-round pick of theirs in a supplemental round in 2028. Looks like he's kind of gotten some cups of coffee here and there in the big leagues. Yeah, hasn't really, or I guess he's gotten a good amount of times. 14 starts, 20 starts, 11 starts this year, split between the bullpen and the rotation. Hasn't ever really put it truly together, but he could just be one of those guys who never really develops for them. Still has a 60 potential, but right now, only a 45, not very, very scary for them. So their bullpen definitely could be something that bites them. And then on the offensive side of things, some decent players here. Jesus Mate at third base, put together you round up 6-win season for him. He's really good. Donovan Marion is their center fielder. He is not quite a gold glove type glove, but he is a really, really good hitter. He was a 1-1 selection in 2030 out of Stony Brook. They also have Luis Pena, who is their second baseman, putting together a 4-win season. He's been really good for a good chunk of time here in Milwaukee for them. They also have Mark Gullett, who is a really good bat at a Dallas Baptist for them, 27 years old, put together a 3-win season this year. He's got some pop. Luke Adams has some serious pop. He's got 65 power, 3-win season for him, 32 home runs. Johan Machado is their shortstop. Doesn't look like he's a good shortstop. Yeah, no. So they don't have good defense at shortstop or center field. Definitely not helping out their pitching that way, but this guy does look like he has a decent bat, at least good enough, and had a good offensive season for them, and he's currently on fire. And then their catcher is currently hurt with some knee soreness, but it looks like he'll play through it. Out of Grambling State, Ismail Selby, a switch hitter who barely played in the big leagues at all this season, but he is their catcher right now, along with Edgar Caro. So yeah, I guess yeah, Selby looks like he's starting for them. So they also have Edgar Caro on the bench, who doesn't really look that great either. So not a lot of great things going behind the plate for them. Really up the middle. Shortstop, catcher, center field. None of those guys are good defensively for them. And then they also have Carlos Correa. Jordan Beck is on this team. So, you know, some weak pitching. Not really sure how this team won 99 games. I guess they just scored a lot of runs, because the pitching doesn't really seem that great. It was really just Palencia and Brush. And then the offense, they had a couple good bats, but horrible defense. Like, what were their actual ratings this year? Only 3rd in errors, 5th in defensive efficiency, but the zone rating was bad. So yeah, their bullpen was not good, as we would have thought based on their ratings. But yeah, that's probably the way we beat this team, is that we make them make mistakes in the field, put the ball in play, and maybe jump on their bullpen. So here we are at Nationals Park for Game 1 of the 2033 NLCS, taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. It's Dax Hardcastle going Game 1 for us. We're doing the thing once again where the strategy and everything is controlled by the manager, and we are just doing the substitutions here. So top 1, anything happening? Runner on second base with 1 out here for Mark Gullett. 1-2 count to him. That's going to be ripped over the head of the third baseman, Hernandez. That'll score a run as Gullett drives in a run, makes it a 1-0 Brewers lead. So they strike first here in this one. Brings up Donovan Marion with a runner on first. He gets struck out by Hardcastle, so 2 down. That'll bring up Luke Adams. Full count to him. Spits on it, ball 4. So first and second now brings up the catcher, Ismail Selby. 3-1 to him is ripped into the right center field gap. That's probably going to score a run as well. Oh my god, what a relay. The throw from center field from Mike Sirota into the relay. Somehow the runner is gunned at the plate, and it's only 1-0 Brewers. As we move things on to the bottom half of the first, facing Daniel Palencia. And we do nothing against him, so it's now top 2. Hardcastle, possibly in some trouble here. Runner in scoring position at second base with 2 outs for Luis Pena. Full count to him is swung through. Goes down swinging, so now we're on to the bottom half. And our offense now cooking a bit. We have a runner on second base here in Luis Hernandez and Brady Ebel at the dish. Luis Hernandez goes and swipes third base, so he's in 90 feet away from scoring now with Brady Ebel at the dish. 1-2 count to him as he hits that one a long way into the air right field. That baby is out of here. Brady Ebel connects on a 2-run blast here in the second, and the Nationals take a 2-1 lead. Big time stuff. Brady Ebel delivers here against the right-handed pitcher. Anything else going in the inning? Not quite. We're on to the top of the third. Hardcastle works to score this frame. Bottom half, Nationals offense is cooking. For runners on first and second in O'Ray and Sirota. And Harry Ford digs in with nobody out. 2-1 count to him is taken to center field. but it'll be caught by Marion. Runners stay put. So first and second, one out now here. First, Jerry Harris, who weakly pops it up, but this one's going to bloop in for a single and somehow get down the line. What a weirdly perfectly placed ball. That's going to score a runner, but then it looks like the back end is going to get... Or no, that's never mind. That's Harris getting tagged at third base, trying to stretch it into a triple, but he does score 2. So 2 RBI double. He gets thrown out. It's a 4-1 lead for the Nationals. And James Wood, anything else going for the offense? Not quite. So we're on to the top of the 4th here. Hardcastle giving up a run there, probably on a home run. And now in some trouble here. Runner on second base. Nobody out here. He's in the yellow. Let's see what happens. 2-2 count to Fernandez. Hit in the air to right center field. That'll be tracked down by James Wood for out number 1. Brings up Mike Honcho. Full count to him. Chopped out to third base. Hernandez charges and has no play on it. So runners on first and third now here with 1 out for Johan Machado. He's the 9-hitter. He's on fire. We believe in Dax Hardcastle. Gets the strikeout. 2 down. 6th K of the day for Dax Hardcastle. And then a 1-0 count to the leadoff man. Grounded out to second base. And Hardcastle gets out of it. So only allows the 1 on the solo shot. Makes it it's a 4-2 game now as we're on to the bottom half of the 4th. And we have a runner on second base and Luis Hernandez and Jet Williams now here at the dish. Who watches strike 3. Goes down looking. We're on to the 5th inning. Dax Hardcastle. We're going to go batter by batter here, see what he could do. First batter up, Jesus Mate. Ground ball onto second base, fielded by Jet Williams. 1 down. Brings up Mark Gullett. First pitch swinging to him. That's going to be ripped up the middle for a base knock, and I think that's going to be the end of the day for Dax Hardcastle. So he's going to come out of here. We're going to bring up... They got a lefty, righty, and then Selby, who's, I guess, good against both with the contact. Yeah, Mary can hit against both sides. So let's just go with, who we think is good here. We're going to go Alcia. Maybe he can give us a couple innings here. Edwin Alcia is going to come in the game. Runner on first, 1 out. Strikes out Marion, lefty on lefty. 2 down here, now brings up Luke Adams. Full count to him is spit on for ball 4. First and second now. 2 outs for Ismael Selby, the catcher, who skies it in the infield. That'll be caught by Feliz, out number 3. So Alcia gets out of the inning. We're on to the bottom half of the 5th now. 4-2 lead still intact. And now we're cooking. Runners on second and third in Ford and O'Ray. Brings up Jerry Harris. The 0-1 count to him is... fouled back or something? I don't really know. But 0-2 now to Harris. And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Everyone stays put, but now it's 2 down. Runners on second and third. Brings up James Wood, who they're going to intentionally walk with first base open. So now the bases are drunk here for Luis Hernandez. The 1-0 count to him is going to be blooped into center field. They avoided Wood, and Hernandez comes up big. RBI base knock makes it a 5-2 lead for the Nats. Keeps the inning alive. Bases juiced still here for Brady Ebel. They're bringing on a lefty and Peyton Tolley. We will, of course, be countering with maybe Parker, maybe Luke Corsia. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in Luke Corsia to pinch hit. We'll move Wood to first base. Yeah. Luke Corsia, the rookie. He's going to come into pinch hit here. And then he'll play left field from here on out. Dylan O'Ray will play... Ooh, shit. I didn't really think of that. Fuck it. I don't want to take O'Ray out of the game here, so we're going to just put him in center. Mike Sirotto's going to go to right field. James Wood's going to go to first base. So, not the ideal thing. Could have thought about that for a half second longer and not fucked it up. But instead we get Luke Corsia here pinch hitting. Bases juiced, 2 outs against the lefty. And the Australian delivers. Hits one out to center field, finds some outfield grass. That's going to drive another run, makes it 6-2. Now we have Angel Feliz up. Pitch gets away from the catcher. That's going to score a run. Everyone moves up. It's now a 7-2 ball game here in DC. Second and third here for Angel Feliz. 3-1 to him. Spits on ball 4. Peyton Tolley cannot find the strike zone. So now bases juiced yet again here for Jet Williams now. Full count to him. Chop to the catcher. Easy out. So we do tack on a few runs. 3 runs, 4 hits. But we strand 3. It's a 7-2 ball game as we're on to the 6th inning with Edwin Alcia, who is in a bit of trouble here, first and second, but 2 outs to Jesus Mate. And he clubs that one over the left center field fence. That's a 3-run blast. It's now a 7-5 ball game. And Edwin Alcia is getting the hell out of there. We are going to bring on Kevin Yoder. And he gets out of it. So now bottom 6 here, they bring on Preston Barstow. We've a runner on first and second in Sirota and Ford here for Jerry Harris. And he whips through it. So now it's 2 down, brings up James Wood. Grounds one to second base. Easy play. We strand 2. So it's a 7-5 game heading into the top of the 7th. Yoder's still on the bump. Works to score this frame. We're on to the bottom half. The offense puts up a runner on second base, and Angel Feliz here for Jet Williams. 3-1 count is hit out to center field, but that'll be caught on the run by Marion. We're on to the 8th, where Yoder still has some stamina here. It's the bottom. We'll go batter by batter here. So Carlos Correa on here. Of course, he's going to bloop one into right center. That's going to be a base knock. Now it is Jordan Beck. Off the end of the bat, 4-6-3 perhaps? Yes, indeed. Double play. 2 down, brings up the 9-hitter in Machado. This will be Yoder's last hitter no matter what. And he blows the fastball by him. So 7-5 score remains. We're on to the bottom half of the 8th. And we have a runner on first and second here with 1 out for Jerry Harris, who swings at a pitch that looked like it was going at his back foot. Ground ball. He's retired, but the runners move up to second and third for James Wood. Facing Hunter Harvey, they intentionally walk him for a second time this game. Luis Hernandez delivered with a single last time that happened. This time, it's just a perfectly played fly ball to right field. So we strand the bases loaded. It's now top 9. 2-run lead. It is Felix Bautista time. He comes in the game, and he shuts it down. 7-5 victory as the Nationals take Game 1 here of the LCS over the Brew Crew. 3-hit game for Dylan O'Ray, 3-hit game for Harry Ford, 3-hit game for Luis Hernandez. 14 total hits on the day for the Nationals. As the offense gets it done, Dax Hardcastle was good enough. Alcia, not quite great, gave up that Jesus Mate 3-run shot, but then the bullpen picked it up from there on out. 3 Ks and 2 1/3 for Yoder. And then Felix Bautista came into Omar Whistling and proceeded to work a clean inning. Worked a hitless inning in the 9th, shut it out. 7-5 was your final score. Alrighty, folks, it is now Game 2 here of the NLCS. Jerry Harris on the bump for us. They have Jaron DeBerry going. Let's get into it here. Top 1. Nothing going for them. Scoreless frame for Harris. Scoreless frame for DeBerry. Scoreless frame for Harris. And DeBerry might be in some trouble here. Runners on the corners, but 2 outs here for Jet Williams. 3-1 count to him. They throw down to first. That was scary. But now it's just bases, or now it's first and second here still. Full count. As Jet Williams hits one down the left field line, but right to the left fielder, Gullett, who puts it away for out number 3. We're on to the 3rd inning, where Harris now finds himself in some trouble, but it's 2 outs. Runner on second. Luis Pena digs in. Blows it by him. Jerry Harris gets it done. We're on to the bottom of the 3rd. And we have runners on second and third with one out for James Wood. Will they intentionally walk him? They will not. And he proceeds to hit one through the legs of the first baseman, Bill Buckner, over there at first base, allowing everyone to be safe. So it's a 1-0 lead now for the Nationals. One out still, runners on the corners yet again. Or no, it was second and third. Now it's runners on the corners here with one out for Jerry Harris now. 1-0 count to him. That is tattooed to right field over the fence, and he contributes to his own run support. The two-way star Jerry Harris with a 3-run blast. It's now a 4-0 lead for the Nationals. Huge stuff here for this Nationals ball club. Anything else going in the inning? Not quite. So 4-0 here, top four. Harris works a scoreless frame. We do nothing in the bottom. It's now the fifth. Harris now in some trouble possibly. Runner on second base. 2 outs for Jordan Beck. Full count to him. That's going to be popped up to center field, but Sirota should be able to make the play. He will indeed. We're now on to the bottom half of the fifth, where we do nothing. In the top half of the sixth, Harris now finds himself runner on second base, 2 outs yet again. 2-2 to Gullett. Ground ball back to Harris. He's an athlete, fields it himself, throws over to first. He's safe, submarines it to first. Jesus. Runners on the corners here, 2 outs. This is Harris's last batter no matter what. 1-1 to Donovan Marion. Ground ball first base. Brady Ebel will field it, step on the bag himself. And Jerry Harris works 6 scoreless innings. We're on to the bottom half. And we have a runner on second base in Brady Ebel now as they bring on Ty Johnson out of the pen to face Angel Feliz. Full count to him. Spits on ball. Oh, strike 3. Okay, so goes down backwards K. 2 down now, runner on second here for Jet Williams. He's plunked. So now it's first and second here for Mike Sirota, who hits one to deep right field, but not deep enough. Caught by Beck in right field for out number 3. So 4-0 ball game into the top of the 7th. Jerry Harris will now be relieved by, let's get Mateo Reyes in there. Give him a chance to work things out, as he's immediately in some trouble here. Runner on second base, 1 out for Yanquiel Fernandez. 1-2 count to him, as that is well hit to center field, but not well enough. Tracked down by Sirota. Runner stays put, 2 down. Brings up Mike Honcho. Full count. Swings at a pitch to look like it was going to hit him. He goes down swinging. 4-0 lead remains intact. We're on to the bottom half of the inning, where Dylan O'Ray gets on with a double or something, or maybe stole second. Whoever. He's on second base with nobody out, and Harry Ford at the dish. 1-2 count to him. Whiffed on for strike 3. Brings up James Wood. Swings at an inside pitch. Pops it up the right field. Runner does tag up. So runner is now 90 feet away from scoring, but it's 2 outs here for Jerry Harris, who slices one down the third base line. That's going to score O'Ray, make it a 5-0 lead. Jerry Harris now has 4 ribbies on the day. Anything else going in the inning here as Luis Hernandez digs in with an 0-2, and he goes down swinging. So we're on to the top of the 8th here. Mateo Reyes, we will see if he can get through it. He cannot. Runners on first and second here, or first and third with 2 outs. He's in the red. We're going to bring in a lefty in Wellington Herrera. He's going to come in, face their best hitter, Donovan Marion. Lefty on lefty, 1-2 count. Struck him out. Does his job. We're on to the bottom half of the 8th. And we have a runner on second base on Angel Feliz with 1 out to Jet Williams, who hits one well to deep right field, but caught by Beck. That will not tag up the runner somehow. So now 2 outs, runner on second, still here for Mike Sirota. who hits one right back down into the plate and proceeds to ground out. So it's a 5-0 lead still. Top 9 here. Adams, Caro, and Fernandez. We'll leave Herrera in, see if he can get it done. He can indeed. Works to scoreless frame. It's a 5-0 victory for the Nationals as we are now up 2-0 here in the LCS. Dylan O'Reilly with another 3-hit game. He's been phenomenal. 2 hits for Harris. He drove in 4 runs, either the 3-run homer and then the screamer down the left field line later in the game. Big game for him and O'Reilly, as O'Harris also pitched 6 scoreless, only 4 hits, 7 Ks, no walks. Reyes and Herrera were good into the bullpen as well. It's a 5-0 victory. Alrighty, folks, the series now shifts to one of the most underrated cities in America, Milwaukee, to take on the Brewers here in Game 3. We have a 2-0 lead here in the series. They have lefty Joe Whitman going, so our left-handed lineup is in the game. And then we have Isaac Leone going. Tarek Skubal will be going in Game 4. So now here in top 1, as we're immediately up 2-0. Harry Ford singled, and then Jerry Harris proceeded to hit a 2-run home run. He is on fire, folks. 10 ribbies here in the postseason for him. Anything else going in the inning? Not quite. So now bottom 1 here, as Isaac Leone already has a 2-0 lead to work with. And he's in some trouble. Runner on second base in Jesus Mane with 1 out for Mark Gullett. 0-2 count to him. Grounded back to the catcher. Ford makes the play. Runner moves up to third, 90 feet away from scoring here with 2 outs for Donovan Marion, who proceeds to hit 1 to deep center field, but not deep enough as Sirota puts it away. So 2-0 lead remains intact. We're on to the top of the second. We've runner on second base and Parker Picott for Jet Williams. And Picott goes and swipes third base. He's 90 feet away from scoring, only with 1 out. Full count to Jet. Spits on ball 4. Bases are now first and third here, not bases used. First and third, 1 out for Mike Sirota, who swings at a pitch in the other batter's box. Goes down swinging. 2 down now, brings up Harry Ford, who takes a 1-2 pitch. At the shortstop, we strand 2 runners. Still 2-0. We're on bottom 2 now. Leone in some trouble. First and second, 1 out for Jordan Beck, who is cold this postseason. And of course, he's going to deliver a hit that's going to score a run. Maybe not. Maybe not. Played so well out in left field by Luke Corsia that nobody scores. Bases juiced now with 1 out. Leone is 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Johan Machado, chopper at the shortstop, only able to get 1, so they score 1. It's a 2-1 ball game now, but it's 2 down, runners on second and third here for Luis Pena. 2-2 count to him. That is absolutely destroyed to left center field. 3-run blast, and the Brewers take a 4-2 lead here in this ball game. Holy shnikes. That is not what we wanted. So Leone doesn't have his best stuff today. Gets out of it from there, though. We're on top 3. As we make it 4-3. That's another Jerry Harris home run. 456 feet. His second of the game. He's got 4 in the postseason now with 11 ribbies. Anything else going in the inning? We're still cooking. Runner on second base in Wood. 2 outs here with Parker Picott, who hits the 0-2 pitch right back up the middle. And James Wood scores. It's now a 4-4 ball game. We're right back in it. It's tied up thanks to Parker Picott. And Angel Feliz, what you got for us? Right at the second baseman, Pena, but we do knot it up with 2 runs in the inning. So now bottom 3, Leone. Runner on second base with 2 outs for Ismael Selby. Spits on it, ball 4. If he can't get Fernandez out, we're taking him out. And what do you know? He gets him out, gets out of it. 4-4 tie is intact as we are through 3 innings. Top 4, we do nothing. Bottom 4, they have a runner on second base with 2 outs. Jesus Made, 2-2 count. Hit well down into the right field corner, but not well enough as Picott makes the play. So still 4-4 as we're on to the top of the 5th. And James Wood got hurt. James Wood hurt playing first base. I mean, really the only options we have are really just bringing Ebel in against a lefty, even though I don't want to do that. But we'll do it. Brady Ebel's going to come in to play first base here on out. Hit cleanup. Hopefully Wood is not seriously hurt, but we have a runner on second base in Brady Ebel here for Luke Corsia against the right-handed pitcher in Pablo Lopez. I mean, we trust Corsia to hit against both sides. Yeah. What you got for us? The rookie out of Australia? That looks like it's going to get down into the corner. It is indeed. Luke Corsia, the Aussie, delivers with an RBI double to score Brady Ebel. Make it a 5-4 game. We're back on top here in the 5th inning. And Parker Picott comes up against the righty. I mean, Picott can hit against... He's got an okay bat against righties, but I think we're going to bring in Zahir Hope. So Zahir Hope's going to come in, play right field the rest of the way. 2-2 count to him. That is well hit to deep left field, but not deep enough. Looked like it was longer off the bat, just a pop fly. Runner stays put at second base now with 2 outs for Angel Feliz, who takes a full count right at the third baseman. Retired for out number 3, but we do have a 5-4 lead now as we're on to the bottom of the 5th. And Isaac Leone is going to go batter by batter here. Mark Gullett leading things off. Is going to hit one down into the right field corner. Keep it to a single, fortunately, but that is going to be Leone's last batter. We're not going to risk it. We're taking him out. He just does not have it today. We're going to bring in Edwin Alcia. Give us some depth here, perhaps. Yeah, so Marion's up lefty on lefty, 2-2 count to him. Ground ball to second base, 4-6-3 double play. Perfect. 2 down. Now it brings up Luke Adams. 2-2 count to him. Alcia works the ground ball there as well. Perfect. We're through 5 with a 5-4 lead. On to the top of the 6th. And now it's 6-4. As Jet Williams walked, Sirota struck out, and then Harry Ford doubled in Jet. So Harry Ford delivers to give us a 2-run lead. Jerry Harris, what you got? They're going to intentionally walk Jerry Harris to get to Luis Hernandez, who takes a 1-2 pitch up the middle. He's retired, but both runners move up to second and third here for Brady Ebel, who they're going to intentionally walk. So bases are juiced for Luke Corsia, who takes the 2-2 pitch right at the left fielder. Well hit, but just unlucky. Gets a BABIP a bit there. We strand the bases loaded, but we do have a 2-run lead. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, Edwin Alcia facing Selby, Fernandez, and Beck. Works a scoreless frame. Peyton Tolley comes in here in the top of the 7th. And Zahir Hope got on against a lefty, so he's on second base, facing Angel Feliz now. 2-1 count to him, ground ball at the third base. That'll be 1 down. Runner stays put. Brings up Jet Williams. He goes down swinging. So 2 down now. Hope still on second base here for Mike Sirota, as Preston Barstow comes into pitch now. Or Bartow. That's why I keep wanting to say Barstow. It seems more natural to say Barstow. But yeah, Sirota pops up. We strand the runner at second onto the bottom half of the 7th. Well, we're going to let... what's Machado against lefties? He's a bit better against lefties. Obviously, Pena's a righty. Made... I mean, he's fine against both. Let's go... Let's go Alex Rouse. Alex Rouse is going to come in the game. And he's in a bit of trouble here. Runner on third base with 2 outs for Mark Gullett. 1-2 count to him. Struck him out. Let's go. Keeps it 6-4. We're on to the top of the 8th. We have runner on second base and Harry Ford here for Jerry Harris. They're intentionally walking him for a second time this game. Now it's Luis Hernandez. 2-2 count to him. That's hit well to left field, and it lands in front of the left fielder, and he misplays it. Let's go. Second and third now as another run comes in. It's a 7-4 ball game. 3-run lead, still nobody out. 2 in scoring position here for Brady Ebel against the right-handed pitcher. They're intentionally walking him for a second time. He hasn't had an at-bat yet tonight, as he came into pinch and has already had 2 plate appearances, both intentionally walked. Bases drunk, nobody out, here for the Aussie Luke Corsia. Full count to him. Struck him out. So that's 1 down, brings up Zahir Hope against the right-handed pitcher, who chops one out to third base. Everyone is safe. Uses his speed for the infield hit. It's an 8-4 ball game. We're up 4. Brings up Angel Feliz. 1-2 count. Swings at a high strike. That's 2 down. Now it's Jet Williams, who hits one in the air down the left field line. Caught in foul territory. So we strand the bases loaded, but we do tack on a couple runs to make it an 8-4 ball game. Alex Rouse here, bottom 8. Gives up a run. Can he get it out from there? Okay, probably not. So first and second, 1 out. Let's bring in Agro. Or let's bring in Sime. Miguel Sime is going to come in. Gets the ground ball from Beck. That's 5-4-3 double play. Perfect. Gets out of it. 8-5 lead intact. We only gave up the 1 run. We're on to the top of the 9th. Nothing going for the offense. Can Sime shut it down? We could bring in Bautista for the save. Let's just risk it. He does his job. Sime gets it done. Let's go. 8-5 victory. Looked a little hairy there for a bit, but we have a 3-0 lead here in the LCS. 1 win away from the World Series, and Tarek Skubal is on the bump for us next game. As another 3-hit day for Ford, 2-hit day with 3 runs and 3 ribbies, 3 walks for Jerry Harris. I mean, incredible game for him. Isaac Leon didn't have his best, but the bullpen picked him up. Alcia gave us 2. Rouse gave us an inning and a third. Sime gave us an inning and 2/3. Team does it. The offense picked us up that day. Big-time game from Jerry Harris. Beautiful stuff. And here it is, folks. Still in Milwaukee. We have a 3-0 lead. Game 4. And Tarek Skubal is on the bump for us. Jackson Cox is on the bump for them. We have a right-handed lineup back in the game. Let's see how things go. James Wood, fortunately not injured seriously. It's just a hamstring tightness. Just hamstring tightness, I should say, not a hamstring tightness. Only 1 day. It's just moderate to his running. He's not the fastest guy to begin with in the first place, so we're keeping him in the lineup here for this 1 day of hamstring tightness. Let's get into it. As we're immediately cooking. First and second, nobody out here for Jerry Harris, who is absolutely on fire. But now down 0-2 on the count, and watches strike 3. So 1 down brings up James Wood. Whiffs through strike 3, that's back-to-back strikeouts. And then Luis Hernandez pops one up the right field, so we strand 2. Not the best way to start off the game. So bottom 1 here. Tarek Skubal, scoreless frame. The offense has a runner on second base with 2 outs here for Mike Sirota, who has the 2-2 pitch get away from the catcher. Runner moves up to third base, and now it's bases, or runner on third, 90 feet away with 2 outs. Full count to Mike Sirota. Spits on ball 4. Runners on the corners now for Dylan O'Ray at the top of the order, who hits one in the air to center field, but that will be caught by Marion. So we strand 2. We're on to the bottom of the second. Another scoreless frame from Skubal. And Cox is once again in trouble. First and second, nobody out here for James Wood, who hits one down the right field line, but right at the fielder, Beck. Everyone stays put, 1 down. Brings up Hernandez. Struck him out with the curveball, 1-2. Or no, 2 outs now. Brings up Brady Ebel. Weak ground out to the pitcher, and we strand 2 again. We had 2 on, nobody out, do nothing with it. It's now bottom 3. Skubal, another scoreless frame for him. It's top 4. Once again, runner in scoring position here. 1 out for Mike Sirota. That's going to bloop into right field for a base knock. Runner's going to move up 90 feet. We have the corners now with 1 out. Top of the order with Dylan O'Ray, who hits one in the air to right field. Caught. Not going to test the arm of Jordan Beck, so still corners here. Harry Ford with 2 outs. Full count. Ground ball to first base, and we do it again. We strand 2 base runners. We're on to the bottom half of the 4th. Still 0-0. Skubal finally gives up a run. A solo shot off the bat of Donovan Marion, lefty on lefty. And then he gets added from there. So it's a 1-0 Brewers lead here, top 5. Offense cooking once again. First and second, nobody out. Luis Hernandez. Double steal, or no, just the 1 steal. So we have runner on third now. First and third, nobody out here for Hernandez. 1-1 count to him. Ground ball to second base. They go home with it. So they get the runner at the plate. Now it's first and second, 1 out. Brady Ebel goes down swinging. Now it's 2 down, brings up Feliz. Works a full count. Watches it bat in his shoulder. So we strand 2 again. Bottom 5. Skubal scoreless frame. McDougal still on the bump here for the Brewers, top 6. We, once again, first and second, 1 out. Peyton Tolley's in again in this series. Harry Ford at the dish. Full count. Ground ball to third base. 5-4-3 double play. We strand 2 again. Still a 1-0 Brewers lead. Bottom 6 here. Skubal. Scoreless frame. We're on to the 7th. Nothing going. Bottom 7. We'll go batter by batter here. Made, 2-2 count. Struck him out. Now it is Luis Pena. Ground ball at the shortstop. Feliz, easy play for him. 2 down. Brings up Mark Gullett, the cleanup hitter. Another ground ball. 1-2-3 inning for Skubal. We're on to the 8th in a 1-run game. Feliz, Williams, Sirota do up for us. I mean, Feliz is still not hitting in this series. But it's like, it just makes no sense to pinch hit for a guy like this. Even against a lefty, too. I mean, we have to let him hit. We have to. Angel Feliz against a lefty. Their big-time closer in Grant Brush. Hit well, but not quite well enough. Tracked down by Marion in left center field. 1 down. Yeah, Grant Brush. So now Jet Williams is up against a lefty. He hits well against lefties. Let's see what he can do. 1-2. Swings at a slider at his back foot. 2 down. Now it's Mike Sirota. He also goes down swinging. 1-2-3 go the Nats. We're on to the bottom half of the 8th, where Tarek Skubal will come out of the game, and we will bring on Probably some righties here. Let's go Yoder. Yoder's on fire. Let's bring in Kevin Yoder. All right. Leadoff man gets on second base. Here now Luke Adams. 1-0 count to him. Ground ball, slow roller back up the middle. Williams makes the play, but it's now one down runner on third base here for Johan Machado, who slaps one through the infield left side. It's a 2-0 lead for the Brewers. Not what we wanted. Then they go and swipe second base. Fernandez hits one into the right center field gap. It's now 3-0, and we're imploding. All right, so Yoder can't get it done. Let's bring in Aggro. Little chopper back to the catcher. He makes the play, 2 down. Harry Ford luckily able to shake off whatever injury that was. Then we get a passed ball. Runner moves up to third base here with 2 outs. And then we get a line drive over the head of Jet Williams, who's 3 foot tall. He's 3'2" over at second base. 4-0 Brewers. Then they steal second again. Full count to Jesus Made. Hits one to center field, but finally caught by Sirota. We're down 4-0. Probably it right there. So, yeah, I mean, let's pinch hit. O'Ray, not going to let him play against the right-hander, or the left-hander, rather. We'll bring in Luke Corsia. Yeah, we want all these guys to hit here, so let's just go half inning and see what happens. We score 1 run, but it's a 4-1 ball game. We drop it, so we don't get a sweep even with the Tarek Skubal going 7 innings, 1 hit, 7 Ks. But Kevin Yoder blows it. The offense can't do anything. We have 8 hits on the day. How many bases? 31 left on base. Am I saying that correctly? 31 left on base. What? Hernandez had 8 himself. What happened? All right, folks, so we can't quite get the sweep. We're still up 3-1, though. Last game of the series here in Milwaukee. They have Daniel Palencia, their ace, going. It's a rematch of Game 1, Palencia versus Dax Hardcastle. Let's get into it. All right, we're immediately up 2-0. O'Ray grounded out, Ford struck out, Harris singled, James Wood 2-run shot. I mean, Harris and Wood have been phenomenal this postseason. Ford's been good. The top 4 here, O'Ray, Ford, Harris, Wood, have been incredible. But specifically, Harris and Wood. I mean, O'Ray's hitting 480. He's just been getting on base a ton for these guys behind him, and then they're driving in the runs. As we're up 2-0 here early. Nothing else happens in the inning. Bottom 1. Hardcastle works the scoreless frame. We do nothing. Top 2. And they immediately tie the game. Luke Adams singles, and then Ismael Selby hits a 2-run home run. This guy hits a 2-run home run. Of course. So 2-2 here. Hardcastle still can't get out of it. It's now first and second. Nobody out here for Johan Machado. He tried to bunt at that. Then grounds one at the second base. Somehow we don't get a double play out of that. Second and third, 1 out here for Pena. We don't go home with that either. We just concede the go-ahead run. 3-2 lead for the Brewers. And then we get another ground ball. So we give up 3 in the inning. We're now down. The 2-run lead has been blown. Top 3 here. Peyton Toley's already in the game for them. As we have a Ray on second base. 2 outs here for James Wood. 3-0 count to him. Spits on ball 4. It's first and second. 2 outs for Luis Hernandez. Joey Cantillo is now in the game. And the 2-2 pitch is, drop third strike and a reach on it. Not quite. Not quite. So he gets retired on the drop third strike. It's still 3-2 Brewers here, bottom 3. Hardcastle works the scoreless frame. We're on to the top of the 4th. As we have a runner on second base and Brady Ebel here for Angel Feliz. Ball gets away from the catcher. Ebel moves up to third base here with nobody out. Full count to Feliz now. Ball 4. First and third here for Jet Williams, who jumps on the first pitch he sees and absolutely smokes that one over the left center field wall. All 2'7" of Jet Williams, delivering with a 405-foot home run here. 3-run blast as we are back on top. 5-3 is your score. Anything else going? Yes. First and second, still nobody out. Hunter Harvey, what is this, the third or fourth pitcher of the inning for the Brewers? Hunter Harvey in here. First and second, nobody out for Harry Ford. Hits one in the air to left field. That's not going to get out of here. Caught by the left fielder. Everyone stays put. So first and second, one out now for Jerry Harris, who hits one out into left center field. That gets down into the gap up against the wall. That'll be extra bases and score at least one. It looks like it's going to score 2. So that's a 2-ribby double for Jerry Harris. It's now a 7-3 ball game here for the Nationals, as Harris now has 14 runs driven in here in this postseason. Now the other man, James Wood, digs in. Hits one right at the right fielder, Beck, as Harris tags at the third base. So 2 down, runner 90 feet away from scoring for Luis Hernandez. 1-2 count to him. Skied down the right field line. Caught by Beck in foul territory. So we do tack on a few. It's now a 7-3 lead for us. Can Hardcastle give us a few innings here? Gets that, works a scoreless 4th. Offense does nothing in the 5th. Hardcastle works a scoreless 5th. They bring in Brian Hendry in the 6th. We do nothing. Hardcastle, runner on second base, 1 out here for Yanquiel Fernandez. He gets plunked. It looked like he was going in like a catcher's squat there and gets plunked. Can we get a ground ball here on Jordan Beck? Struck him out, I'll take that. Now it's Machado, who hits one sky high to center field. Sirota fields that one easily. Hardcastle is through 6. We're on to the top of the 7th. 8-3 now, as I believe Jerry Harris just hit another home run. He's now up to 6 home runs and 15 ribbies here in the postseason. Nothing else going. Hardcastle will come out of the game here. We're going to bring in... who hasn't pitched in a while? Robinson Ortiz hasn't pitched in a while. Let's bring him in the game. And he's in some trouble immediately. Runner on second base. Nobody out here for Jesus Made. 2-2 count. Struck him out. Next batter up, Mark Gullett. And they swipe third base. So runner on third, 1 out here for Gullett. Takes a 3-1 pitch off the left center field wall. That's going to be an 8-4 ball game now. Gullett's probably going to be on either second or third. He's on second. All right. Lefty on lefty here. Hernandez makes the play. That's 2 down. Brings up Luke Adams. Ball gets away from the catcher. Now it's 2-2. Runner moves up to third base. Full count now. But then we get a pop-up into foul territory. Put away by Hernandez. We are now on to the top of the 8th with an 8-4 lead. The offense still trying to score some runs here. Runner on second base and Jet Williams with 1 out for Mike Sirota, who watches strike 3 in a full count. Now brings up Dylan O'Ray, who skies one to the shortstop for out number 3. So we're on to the bottom of the 5th, or bottom of the 8th, rather. And Ortiz is going to come out of the game. We're going to bring in Mateo Reyes here, who... Did he just give him another run? Am I seeing... He gave up a solo shot to Ismael Selby. Once again, this guy has homered again. Ridiculous. Gets out of it from there. Grant brushes on here, top 9. The offense tacks on another run. It's 9-5 now. Jerry Harris with another home run. 421. He now has 7 home runs and 16 ribbies here in this postseason. So it's a 9-5 lead here in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 4-run game. We're going to put in the closer here to send us to the World Series. All right, so it's 2 down, 9-6 game as they tacked on another one. What exactly did they do? Mark Gullett hit a homer. But then he works a ground ball to the next batter, and we are on to the World Series. The Washington Nationals, folks. Finally breaking out of that 3 years in a row of getting first rounded, and we break through. We take out the defending world champions in the NLDS, take out the Brewers in the CS, and now we're going on to the World Series here in 2033 on the backs of Jerry Harris and James Wood. I mean, specifically Jerry Harris. What a series. 4 for 5 on the day. 4 ribbies, 3 runs himself. 3 ribbies for Jet Williams. He had a 3-run shot. I mean, Dax Hardcastle was solid enough. The bullpen was good enough. Player of the game, of course, was Jerry Harris. I mean, what a freaking game. What a series. We're on to the finals, baby. Let's take a look at who the MVP was. Of course, the series MVP was Jerry Harris. He had 21 ABs, 11 hits, 6 home runs, 14 ribbies just in this series. He slashed 524, 600, 1476. What? That is absurd. And then a great series from O'Ray as well. He almost hit 500. He had 467. Harry Ford was good, as we talked about. James Wood actually looked like his thing was mainly last series. Was he the DS? Yeah, he was the DS MVP. LCS MVP, Jerry Harris. So, Wood wasn't great this series, but Harris picked him up. Angel Feliz once again had another poor series, so we might try benching him for the World Series here. We'll have to see, but maybe I'll put him in for the World Series, see how he does for those couple games. We shall see. But we will be taking on one of the Toronto Blue Jays or Minnesota Twins in the World Series. Right now it's looking like it's going to be the Blue Jays. We will see next time.